The ZZ plant, scientifically known as Zamioculcas zamiofolia, natively grows in East Africa, particularly Zanzibar. It is sometimes also referred to as Zanzibar gem because of its spotless, waxy leaves that are so deep green that sometimes the plant is mistaken as artificial. Characteristically, the plant is slow-growing and has an upright growth habit. It can reach a height of between 2 and 3 feet when fully grown. Its leaves emerge from swollen underground rhizomes. It is considered a hardy plant that can tolerate low light levels, low humidity, and infrequent watering. Here are some detailed tips on caring for a ZZ plant. Number 1. Lighting. ZZ plants can tolerate a wide range of light conditions, from low to bright indirect light. However, they tend to thrive best in bright, indirect light. Avoid placing them in direct sunlight as it can scorch the leaves. If you have low light conditions, ZZ plants can still survive, but their growth may be slower. Number 2. Temperature. ZZ plants prefer temperatures between 18 degrees centigrade to 26 degrees centigrade during the day, and slightly cooler temperatures at night. They can tolerate lower temperatures down to 12 degrees centigrade, but should be protected from freezing temperatures. Number 3. Soil. ZZ plants prefer well-draining soil. Heavy soils tend to retain moisture for longer periods, increasing the risk of root rot, whereas compacted soils can restrict root growth and limit the plant's ability to absorb nutrients. To avoid these issues, ensure that the soil you choose or create is loose and light. You can use a commercial potting mix formulated for succulents or create your own by mixing equal parts of regular potting soil, perlite, and coarse sand. While ZZ plants prefer well-draining soil, it's important to strike a balance in moisture levels. The soil should retain some moisture to support the plant's growth, but should not be consistently wet. Allow the top inch of soil to dry out before watering again. Inserting your finger into the soil can help you determine the moisture level. Number 4. Watering. One of the key aspects of ZZ plant care is avoiding overwatering. ZZ plants have succulent-like qualities and can store water in their rhizomes. It is best to allow the soil to dry out between waterings. Overwatering can lead to root rot and cause the plant to decline. Water when the top inch of soil feels dry to touch. When it's time to water, do so thoroughly until water begins to flow out of the drainage holes at the bottom of the pot. This ensures that water reaches the entire root ball. Signs of overwatering include yellowing or wilting leaves, soft or mushy roots, and a foul smell. If you notice these signs, reduce watering and allow the soil to dry out before watering again. Number 5. Humidity. ZZ plants are adaptable to average indoor humidity levels, but they can also tolerate lower humidity. You do not need to provide additional humidity unless you live in an extremely dry environment. Number 6. Fertilizer. ZZ plants are not heavy feeders and can thrive without frequent fertilization. You can fertilize them with a balanced houseplant fertilizer once every 2 to 3 months during the growing season. That is, spring and summer. Follow the instructions on the fertilizer packaging and avoid over-fertilizing. ZZ plants are sensitive to excessive fertilizer, and over-fertilizing can lead to fertilizer burn and salt buildup in the soil. Signs of over-fertilization include yellowing or browning leaf tips and edges. If you notice these signs, flush the soil with plain water to leach out any accumulated salts, and adjust your fertilization routine by reducing the concentration or frequency. Number 7. Pruning. Pruning ZZ plants is not necessary for their overall health, as they have a slow growth rate and maintain their compact form naturally. However, pruning can be done for aesthetic purposes or to remove damaged or yellowing leaves. When pruning, use clean and sharp pruning shears to avoid damaging the plant. Number 8. Pests and diseases. ZZ plants are generally resistant to pests and diseases. However, they can occasionally be affected by mealybugs, spider mites, or scale insects. If you notice any signs of pests, isolate the affected plant and treat it with an appropriate insecticide, or use organic pest control methods like neem oil or insecticidal soap. Number 9. Propagation. ZZ plants can be propagated through division or leaf cuttings. To propagate through division, carefully separate the rhizomes and plant them in separate containers. Leaf cuttings can be taken by selecting a healthy leaf and planting it partially buried in a potting mix. Keep the soil lightly moist until new growth emerges. Number 10. Repotting. ZZ plants have slow growth, and they generally don't require frequent repotting. Repotting every 2 to 3 years or when the plant has outgrown its container is usually sufficient. When repotting, use fresh soil to provide the plant with nutrients and optimize its growing conditions. We have come to the end of our video. We hope you found it helpful. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so that you won't miss any of our future gardening tips and tricks. Good luck in your gardening journey.